Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mr. Kovalt, and in this video I'm going to talk about why we use the metric system in the first place. So let's get into this. Why do we use the metric system? First of all, we need to speak a common language when it comes to measurements, right? So we need to know what we're talking about and communicate that with other people. You can't really do that with other systems, or at least in the past you couldn't. So before the metric system, people were measuring things with body parts, right? So your hand, right? How tall is your horse? It's 500 hands tall. Well, how big is the hand, right? It just depends on the person, right? So the foot, right? So oops, my jumped out of my hand. So what about the foot, right? So what foot? Your foot, the king's foot? Usually it was, some sort of royalty, right? So measured by a foot, foot was a foot based on the person. So different people have different sized feet, right? So you can't really communicate effectively measurements with that because of the difference between different sizes. So like, for example, if you're a biblical one would be cubits, right? So, how long is a cubit? The cubit was like from here to here, right? So, but this length here is differs based on person. Like some people have longer arms and hands and fingers than other people, right? So, the metric system is a good way to standardize everything. What is a meter? What is a second? What is a gram? All of that has been like standardized. Okay. So that would be one reason. The second reason is that almost everyone's unit, pretty much everyone uses it around the world. So also used in science. So science, it's the language of science. We measure in science all the time. So if you're in a science class, this is going to be really important to learn. And it's all communicated in the scientific community. So we're using scientific measurements, and that's the metric system. But pretty much everyone in the world is using the metric system, especially outside the United States. So there's historical reasons why the United States uses it, convenience, things like that, the cost of money economics to switch over, that would be huge. But everyone outside pretty much uses the metric system. And then third, it's easier. It's easier to use, right? So here, the metric system is based on the number 10. It's based on uh, factors of 10. So everything in the metric system changes by a factor of 10. You're either multiplying by 10 or factors of 10, or you're dividing by factors of 10. So that's the difference. It's not the same with the English system. So here's an example. You have the metric system here. So if your base unit is the meter, then of course that's going to be 1. And then if we compare other metric units to the meter, like so decameter, that's going to be 10 meters. So it's multiplied by 10. If you have a hectometer, that's going to be 100 meters. So 100 times the base unit. Kilometer, that's going to be 1,000 times the base unit. So it's 1,000 meters, right? So all of these differ by a factor of 10. Now, if we look at the English system, not so easy, right? So if our base unit is the foot and we're comparing all the other English lengths to the foot, then we see that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, but fathom is equal to 6.0761 feet, right? A rod is 16.5 feet. A chain is 66 feet. A furlong is 660 feet, right? And so on. A mile is 5,280 feet. And a league, right, as in 20,000 leagues under the sea, that is 15,840 feet, right? So would you rather want to memorize all these numbers, or would you rather like have this simple system here? I think we would all agree on the metric system. Of course, if you're really familiar with this might be you might be able to do this, but this definitely looks a lot easier. So those are a few reasons why we would want to use the metric system, especially in science. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, if you found this informative, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified by other videos that I'll be putting out. and put a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think, ask some questions. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.